Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero and welcome to Death Palette, a horror game where you must restore a painting of a girl, and the girl in that painting also will kill you if you fail. Hey pal, how you been? Haven't come up with any ideas for a new painting yet? Why'd you go and block the nice view? Sitting in the dark will only make it feel worse. I guess that works out pretty nicely right now. I have a painting I want to show you. Hold on, be gentle when you take the sheet off. And pay attention to the light and temperature levels. She's delicate, you know. Carefully now. Carefully. There's nothing there. What do you see when you look at this painting? My soul? You see a girl with a blue flower in her hair, right? Well, actually this painting hasn't been completed yet. Maybe the painter died before they could. Who knows what happened? So she's waiting for someone to complete her. But everyone who's tried has been annihilated. Oh, that's swell. Thanks, buddy. Old pal. If you upset her even the tiniest bit, it's curtains for you. As for me, I'm finished too. I had no idea painting that cap would. Anyway, I never stood a chance. I don't have a lick of artistic sense. Ha ha. We'll see you. I'll be praying for your success. Huh? Oh my god. Did you just ring me? I've got claw marks on my whole body. Don't tell me. No, right now I need to call for help. You just ringed me. You just like, yeah, I'm gonna die. Here, you try it. Like, no, how about we just don't try it from the start and you just die on your own? Alright. What? The screen is broken. Ah! The painting changed. Anime. Just a second ago was a mass of black paint. Are you the next artist? I wonder if you can paint. Paint this picture. Paint the real me. Day 1. We're doomed. A dream. How long are you going to keep sleeping? It's rude to neglect a painting of a lady. Hello, are you listening to me? Am I dreaming? Probably not. Come on now. Hurry it up. It's extremely rude to stare at a lady. You're painting. Well, you know what? Who am I to judge? Also, the reflection down there is a little weird, but it's whatever. But would you look at that? You have a brush. I finally come across a painter. Have you come to paint me? Paint you, what? Apple. Phone. Call my phone, run. I must have dropped it earlier. It's no use, it won't do anything. The battery's dead too. Wait, what? Whatever you do not upset her. Research her day 4. What is it, an SCP? I pray that you read this first before doing anything else. If I fail, you're next in line. There are 3 things you must remember. First, you must not paint her. Isn't the premise of the game to paint her, though? Second, you must find the motif she wants and paint it. Oh no, because if you're painting her, you're covering her up maybe. Third, you can only paint one motif at a time, so be careful what order you paint them in. Research of day 4. I'll note the motifs have used over these past 4 days for your reference. On the first day, I painted an apple, but you can't paint an ordinary apple. You have to peel. Go to day 2. Blue. Paint a blue apple. It's rotten and poisonous. That way she'll get sick and that'll be the end of her. Ha ha ha. I don't think it worked out for the collector. She probably wants like a peeled apple. Like yellow? There's an apple. How long are you going to keep me waiting? The head from the sword of stone bust. Oh, I can click on things in the background. There are odds and ends on the shelf. Picture frames are carefully strewn about. An unsettling inky stain stretches from the easel. So it's not a shadow, it's a stain. Looks like an upside down tree. I can see a tree in the distance. There's like... Okay, there's something definitely in the gap here. See why I turn? We capture something there, but we can't stop at it. An apple. Was someone using this for practice sketches? Whoa. Aren't you ready to paint yet? Do you really have that much time to waste? You look kind of like Remilia from Toho, without like the wings. But I don't see any paints I can use. Oh, if that's what you want, I have some here. See? Look here. That's a piece of paint? What is that? Oh dear, it must be too bright. Here we go. My chest hurts. Your life is like a tiny candle. Painters put their soul into every stroke, right? I'll return your flame only when you paint me. What hue will your soul take as you color me? Perhaps it's blue of the cloudless sky, or yellow like a sour lemon, or... I can't wait to see. I'm so bored, and hungry too. I wonder whose screams will sate my appetite. Phone, sketch, and paint. Do not upset her. Let's not paint her. This one cut off, you have to peel blank. Someone said paint a blue apple. I'm assuming they died. Now this is a multiple kind of bad end kind of game. So if you know what those usually are, if you probably watched my channel, you definitely know. So you have your true route. You go for the true ending, but then you got a lot of deaths along the way. So you kind of don't want to necessarily fully avoid them, because you get kind of curious about horrible ways to die, apparently. Let's paint. Now paint. Put your soul into it. Stake your life on it. Portrait of a girl. What's this? It's like a boss fight. What? The apple here. What the? Try blue. Now, what would you possess you to paint it there? So you like placing apples by heads, do you? Then allow me to return the favor. Wait, what? The victim was discovered in a studio with their head bashed in by some hard object. Eddie number 1, beaten. I think she's gonna be very persnickety. Try pressing the mysterious button in the upper right to check the list of deaths' recent dialogue log. Alright, let's try putting it in your hand. Now let's give you a blue apple. Like the one message mentioned. Because we're gonna poison the painting somehow, like that would logically work. What's this? It has a horrid color. What? Do you honestly expect me to eat this? Fine, but first... you get to test it for poison. Wait! The victim was discovered in the studio with a raw apple lodged in their throat. Ending number 3. Choked. Let's just throw the apple into the void. I wonder what it's like multiples of the same color. Where are you painting it? Here, 2 apples. I won't be able to eat it if you paint it there. Or does your neck extend to reach such heights? Wait, my neck! The victim was discovered in a studio with an unnaturally stretched neck looking down on their torso. Man, when they say you gotta put your neck out there to get ahead, I don't think they meant it like that. So I guess... so these are lives up there, right? You see the little brushes? But you notice we had multiple tries on the one where you put the apple like in the distance. So I guess some deaths are instantaneous. Just you wipe out all the lives in one go. While other ones give you like a little more leeway, like, hey, correct it or you're gonna die. I refuse to paint. Are you going to keep staring at me or paint? I don't much like having you gawking me so. Perhaps I should take out those vile peepers of yours. Oh god. I actually saw the effect of the thing going. Two lone eyes were discovered in the studio looking up at the painting. It is yet unclear who they belong to. Ending number 5. Peepers. Give you an apple. We're gonna paint it a cliche red. So like I said, I believe yellow is the correct one, because it said peeled, so the internal apples would be yellow. Oh, an apple. It looks delicious. But I can't eat it when it's still unpeeled. Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. I see now. You want me to peel it. I'm very good at peeling things, you know. Ah! The victim was discovered in the studio with all their skin peeled off. Number 2. Skinned. Okay, put the apple there. I think you can almost tell it's the correct one because there's only one yellow. Oh, an apple. It looks delicious. And you even peeled it for me. How considerate. I'd like to ask you to cut it, but I'll refrain. I suppose that satisfied my hunger a little. The apple I painted is gone. At least I'm not gone. Her brooch is yellow now. It's about time I got my beauty sleep. Would you mind putting the sheet over me? Artists should know that light harms paintings. Go on and get some rest in your room as well. I have to look for a way out here while I can. A tilted door. Did you tilt everything in my life? Really? It looks like a bedroom. Nothing's on the table. A lit lamp. It's dark outside the window and I can't see anything. A chair is hanging from the ceiling. Spider-Man lives here. I sit down on the bed. My phone again. Collector Day 2. These are completely new notes. No, I failed, but I followed the notes exactly. Does that mean she doesn't always want the same thing? Then all the rest of you are doomed. If only that art dealer had never brought me this horrible painting. Buyer Day 1. Whew, I almost got fooled by that awful art collector's notes. She got what was coming to her. Anyway, I never imagined I'd actually get cursed. And here I thought I'd be able to make a quick buck on this painting. Give me a break, little lady. I'm just an art dealer, okay? So the first one to get it was the researcher, then the collector, then the buyer. There was an interesting part about she changes what she wants, so that means we can't necessarily trust all the notes in the future. Could these be from people who... I guess I fell asleep. So it wasn't a dream. Let's go back in. What? Oh! Rude? Oh, you're finally awake. The composition of the painting changed. Fruit. Man, what a classic. I was wondering how long you were going to sleep. Neglected paintings tend to forget their artists. You don't want me to forget, do you? Day 2. Are you still not ready? All I ever get lately is fruit. Having the same flavor and the color is so boring. New messages on the phone. Sculptor Day 2. On this world that she and I shares utter bliss. She must adore apples. Are you hungry again, my dear? Very well, I am but a humble sculptor, but I do paint from time to time. Allow me to paint you a delicious apple. Naturally, I'll peel it for... Oh. No, wait, I understand. I'll display you in the most magnificent gallery. Surely you'll find someone there who can complete you. So please have mercy, have mercy. Collector. I'll paint you a different color snack, I promise, so please wait. Owner Day 2, you mustn't be too hasty. There are clues hidden in her words. She's weary of both the taste and the color. The colors of the fruits already in the painting are... Buyer Day 2, darn it, isn't there any kind of can I can go off of? You gotta learn not to be so picky about people's paintings, little lady. I told you I'm not a professional painter. There's a door. Oh look, here we go. Bronze statue of an angel drawing a bow. Vine-like plant is growing. The area has changed a little. The apple's still here. So we have an apple there in our inventory. But we have another door here. What's in here? It's an empty teacup. Some macarons. They're colorless and flavorless, but he probably doesn't want fruit. He probably wants something new. I think they're probably edible. The tree's growing. Looks cramped in here. There's a plate up in the tree. Yeah, see, she doesn't want fruit. She wants us to put like a tea set out. It's a trap. The fruit's the distraction, I think. Sketch is basically our inventory, and the apple's a trap too. But I can't grab the teacup. It looks like a painting of a dining table this time. There are apples, bananas, pineapples, and a melon. I've had nothing but fruit recently. The same flavor and color gets boring, doesn't it? Yeah, see? Come and bestow your color of that brush of yours to my gorgeous dining table. Table's still alive. So apple's gonna be a dead end for sure, which is why I'm gonna put it there first. What's she gonna do? You gonna like, how you gonna kill me with this run? Oh dear, another apple. Apples yesterday, apples today. An apple pie would be something else, but no. Do you want to dream of being buried by apples? Are you literally gonna bury me in apple? The victim was discovered in a studio crushed by a pile of countless apples. She buried me in apples! She's very literal, I give you credit. Now remember the one time we had an ending where we put something in a distance. Let's try putting this in the distance. What are you doing? I can't eat over there. Keep doing it, because it's funny. Yeah, see, 3 lives. Do it again. I can't hold the brush anymore. My vision's fading. Is this like a generic death? The victim was discovered in a studio, but the cause of death is yet unknown. It appears they were in the midst of painting when... ending number 0, undetermined. So if you don't get any of the specific death ends, then you get this, I guess. Hold up, I need to get this plate here. Here, red plate. Delicious. A plate hovering in the air. You think it's fine because it's a painting. Oops. Now look. It broke. Like your soul. The victim was discovered in the studio with their bodies scattered in pieces. Number 12. Shattered. I thought you were gonna grab it! But this, can you catch it there? Trying to feed me by hand again. Why don't you paint on the table instead? Oh! Here, I'll give this back to you. Well, we survived. Put it on the thing without a plate. No plates needed. Do you not use plates to eat at home? You need to be more careful about hygiene. Or else you'll get mold. Wait, the table, what? The missing artist was discovered on the floor of the studio, covered in massive colorful mold. We look like Polka Dot Man. So here's another hint, which I think will lead to the true solution as we feel it out. Is they said, notice the fruit in the painting and the color. So, I don't think she would like red. Red, yellow, things like that. Let's see. Let's see if my red plate. What am I supposed to do with an empty plate? I'm supposed to put the macaron on! Sure, this means some tasty food will appear. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Make this also red. Red, red. Oh, macarons, yes, I knew you'd understand. But they're the same color as the plate. They hardly stick out that way. Wait, what? The victim was discovered buried in the floor of the studio with their legs sticking out. Oh, I get it. They hardly stick out. Oh my god, you're a pun ghost. Eat. It's only been 1 day since we met, and yet you want to feed me by hand. Then let me feed you instead. Nice. Oh, wait. Wait, no, it's fine. No, never mind, it isn't. The victim was discovered in a studio with innumerable macarons bursting from their stomach. Burst. Eat a plate. Thrusting an empty plate into my face. I'll empty your face. How would you even... The victim was discovered in a studio with their face completely gouged out. Number 16. Empty. Here, they're good for you. Eat some plates. Get some of that iron. Another empty plate. When are you going to give me a snack? I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Or me? The victim was discovered in the studio having starved to death. Their abdomen was collapsed and... There are macarons on the table. They're colorless and flavorless, but... it again makes me hungry. I think they're probably edible. I'd rather have this than the apple. I'll try a bite. It doesn't taste like anything. Oh? What's on your mouth there? She is very upset. Don't tell me you were eating snacks without me. You'll never open that greedy mouth again. I'm particularly good at sewing, you know. Then even get to the painting and you can die. The victim was discovered in a studio with the stitches all over their body. Put a plate. I'm assuming the plate color doesn't matter, so just make it red. The only color that wouldn't be here would be blue. Because here's the thing, if we match the colors, make them blue, we dead. Blue. Oh my. I question your taste in appetizing colors. But at least it's a unique hue. I suppose I could try a bite. That tasted a lot better than I thought. You can't judge a color or flavor at a glance. This time the macaroons I painted vanished. Her hair accessory is blue now. Oh, raining again. It's been raining a lot lately. It's raining. The background of the painting is too dark for me to make out. Now that I'm full, it's time to sleep. Make sure you wake up early tomorrow. It's your job to paint me after all. I have no choice but to go back to my room. I sit down on the bed. New messages. Thank heavens I managed to make it through again. I wouldn't be in this mess if that horrible collector hadn't sent me this thing. Did she have some kind of grudge against me or something? I mean, I guess I'm the one who palmed it off of her, but still. What is this dark, gloomy place? It's like an art studio, but did the painting create this space? This is a researcher, by the way. My laptop was my last ray of hope, but it won't connect to the internet. And its batteries have almost run out too. Yet these strange messages sometimes appear on the screen. Are they fragmented notes from people this painting has captured in the past? The previous owner was an art gallery manager who went missing. I think I saw a note that they could have been left by him too. Maybe this space somehow archives the memories of its victims, and only fellow prisoners are able to access those memories. Thankfully, I remember everything I studied about this painting. As long as I reference the previous victim's notes and meet the painting's demands, I should be fine. If I can solve the mystery of the girl with the blue flower. Yeah, see? The thing in the hair is blue now. The girl with the blue flower. I fell asleep again. Cat. There's a cat on the table. When did it get here? I'm curious about that cat. It's gone. I heard a door open. Nothing seems. There's just new doors. Seems like she's still sleeping. I heard a door open somewhere. Cat. It's that cat from before. Whoa. Oh, are you awake? At least it's earlier this time. I'm an early bird, so I've been waiting for a while. The painting changed again. You're good at boring paintings of ladies, huh? And you don't seem to like to chat. So today I'd like someone to talk to. Day 3. Like a cute animal to talk to. Its colors should be... the same as my shawl. That would be nice. So what's the color of his shawl? You say the animal treated you poorly because I'm a bad artist. No, it's because you've got a repulsive personality, little lady. You even nagged me for the bird cage being empty when I tried to paint that first. You seriously gotta learn some patience, you little... my chest hurts. Now remembering the pet cat I used to have. Man, it was so cute. The cat. Owner. The animals seem to move around of their own accord once I paint them. Is there any way to go into the bird cage, I wonder? Buyer. The cat. Oh, the stupid cat attacked the little bird I painted nearby. I didn't mean for that to happen. Little lady. I mean, it looks so cute and innocent. Wait, hold on a second. I told you I'll introduce you to a fantastic painter, alright? Sure, they're kind of gloomy and haven't made a name for themselves yet. But they've got serious skills, I promise. I'm sure they'll be able to paint you just how you want. So please let me go, okay? Please, I'm begging you. Is Buyer our friend? Who, gave us this thing? The Girl of the Blue Flower is nothing more than a common appellation. The painting's true title is unknown. However, there are many paintings which are thought to have used the same model, and those all date back to the first half of the 20th century. It is therefore theorized that they are a collection of works painted by various artists of the same time period. Judging by the fact that some of these portraitures were rather well known at the time, we conclude that the patron must have been very wealthy indeed. Many of these paintings exist to this very day, such that there are even art collectors dedicated to completing this mystifying series. I've seen one such person's collection for myself, in fact, and they all have much in common with this painting, from the features of the face and hair down to the trademark blue flower, yellow brooch, and purple shawl. There, we have our color. However, no one has yet been able to discern the girl's identity. So there's our first major hint. Won't open. A crown is caught on a tree branch. This is a new area. Large bed is hanging from tree, dark stains on the sheets. Looks like a birdcage, the door is open. If there's a birdcage, somewhere there must be. Looks like a mirror, but it's rusted and doesn't reflect anything. There's a feather inside. Cat. Meow. It's that cat from before. I wish it'd turn this way, but... oh well. She'd probably like a cat, right? Give it a cute face. The cat went somewhere. Bird. There's a bird in the tree. It's too far away to see properly, but I'll fix that when I paint it. It won't come down from the tree. It looks like it's scared of something. The cat. Okay. It's hard to make out, but this time it's a painting of a room. The girl's hands are outstretched and as if waiting for something. The color of her shawl is... purple. Boredom is awful for the skin and for the canvases. What kind of partner will you bring me? This is probably gonna kill me, but I'm gonna paint you a cat. Put it right in your hands. Oh, it looks kinda like Garfield. Oh, a cat. Its face is on, but I overlooked that. It's so cute. Let me just smoosh your little face. Oh. No, kitty! The cat looks unhappy. Oh! Ow! Revenge. Can't beat the cat. Nope, can't beat the cat. Where are you going after hurting me like that? I'll give you a taste of your own medicine. The victim was discovered in a studio with claw marks all over their body. Number 22, scratched. Put the bird in her hands. That's a big bird! Oh, a little bird. Or not so little. It's a bit large, but I overlooked that. I painted big because it looked like she was holding something. Oops. It's like a pillow. Oh, it's so cute. So fluffy and soft, Fua Fua. I could hug you forever. No, bird! You're suffering too. It's like one of those type of owners. The bird looks unhappy. Ah. Ow! We're gonna get pecked, aren't we? Run! Where are you going after hurting me like that? I'll give you a taste of your own medicine. Brat! The victim was discovered in the studio with multiple stab wounds. The murder weapon is thought to have been a chisel and... Look at the little bird. Look at the little bird steps. Like, man, I gotta get out of here. Cops are coming in. What if we just paint you nothing but cages? Here, have a cage. A bird cage. Did you bring me a bird? It's empty. Maybe you'd like to go inside instead. No, not my soul! The victim was discovered in the studio, compressed into a tiny bird cage. Oh god, that's a brutal death. That's brutal. Let's just put a cat. Meow. Painted the wrong color though on purpose. Blue cat. A cat, but why would you paint it there? You should paint it in my hands. Oh, we actually didn't get a game over. Put a bird. Also painted blue. Why are you painting over there? Ah. Oh no, the little bird was eaten, you're awful. You sure talk big. That is just something you should paint for a girl. Prepare to meet the same fate as that bird. Ivan Cat. The victim was discovered in the studio with their torso half-eaten. Be warned, the image you're about to see is gruesome. No, we got to go back here. It depicts a young boy and a horse nearby a stream with a bridge over it. A horse. Maybe a horse would. He has a glossy coat and 4 strong legs. Look, they're holding a cage right there in that image. I'm gonna paint you a horse. This will go extremely well. Green horse. What? A horse. A horse. It's a little cramped in here. Entirely too cramped, in fact. Why would you paint a horse inside a room? Are you as daft as that brush of yours? The victim was discovered in the studio with their body split in 2 by some powerful force. Stomped. Cat. Every time I paint an animal in your hands, you like overly do it. Blue cat. Is painting over there some kind of prank? It kinda is, actually. Or maybe you want to talk with me instead. It's not that I never talked with our people, so... Fine, but if you bore me, I'll cut out your tongue. Are you hurting on... The victim was discovered in the studio without a jaw. Their tongue is yet to be found, and... Apparently we're bad at talking, and we bored them. Have a cage. You paint a house for the bird, hmm? Oh, but it flew above the window now. What would make it come into the bird cage? A cat? Meow. A cat this time, but I want the bird to... The cat's going after the bird over there. Over here, bird! Well, welcome back. This is your home. But... you're a different color than my shawl. I'll have to make you the same color instead. You gonna make me purple? Wait, what? The victim was discovered in the studio having suffocated themselves until they turned purple. Oh! Dang. You're good. You're good at these pun deaths. Paint a bird, make it purple. This is actually a pretty multi-step thing here. It's pretty simple. Like, it's always kind of what you have to do. Although I think the cage thing is somewhat of a trap, because you gotta put it last. Cage doesn't matter. Okay, in the house for the bird. Bird's gonna fly up. Put the cat. Meow, meow, meow. Hee, hee, hee. The cat's going after the bird. Over here, bird. Well, welcome back. This is your home. And you're the same color as my shawl, too. I wish I could hold you, but it'll be nice to talk to you for the cage. Now I'll have a way to pass the time. The bird is in the bird cage. I hope it doesn't peck her. Rain again. It's been at it since yesterday. Is your gloomy nature summoning it? Though as painting, I do prefer the dark. That's enough for today. Go back to your room. I don't see anything going on, so we just go to bed. I sit down on the bed. The main issue here is why this painting alone is cursed. I haven't heard of any of the ever existing The Girl with the Blue Flower paintings being cursed at all. Does it in fact have something to do with the person who painted this one? This painting includes no signature, but I was able to discover one thing through researching its previous owners. The owner of the gallery, the sculptor, the landlord. Yes, the painter must have been... Okay, he has already passed away, but... The painting's first victim was none other than the one who owned the plot of land the painter's studio was built on. Oh, here we go. This is only a cursory and conjecture, but I believe something dreadful must have happened between the painter and the model. The girl of the blue flower seems to have simply disappeared from history after that. No one knows of her. Assuming that this painting was in fact the last in a series, it's possible that the girl's enmity entered the painting and cursed it, after which she proceeded to kill. I feel like that's too straightforward though, right? There's probably never a twist to it. I hear a loud noise coming from the window. It's pouring outside. I can't see the ground, but I can hear the raindrops. Every once in a while there's thunder. There's a skull here. The skull? That little bird went off somewhere. The little things you paint disappear so quickly. At this rate, I may never be completed. I wonder if you'll disappear soon, too. But then where would I be? I'll give you one final chance. Let's play a game. A game? If you win, maybe I'll let you use those steps. There's a staircase, but the stairs are all disconnected. Can I get out if I climb it? Only if you win. Day 4. I'm assuming we don't win because this game has a lot of length left. First, you need to find 5 treasures. As an artist, I'm sure you know what those are. But if you need help, feel free to ask. Phone's going off. Among still alive paintings, there's a particular style known as vanitas paintings, which are meant to symbolize the emptiness of life. The motifs they use may seem arbitrary and insignificant at first glance, but they each represent something profound. That's why there's a skull there. Though they can be interpreted in many ways, I'll use an example from one of the works displayed in my gallery. A musical instrument represents the transience of life. A candle or lamp represents life's ephemerality. Yes, it's all the owner right here. A book or scroll represents the futility of earthly knowledge. A crown or jewel represents the vanity of wealth. Finally, a skull represents... She rules over death as death herself. One cannot possibly hope to win the Reaper's game. My spirit too has been exhausted. At the very least, I should give her a home in my gallery after all her wanderings. Surely a decent painter will find her there. Yes, I know, I'll put you in the darkest room in the gallery. Landlord, whatever possessed me to take this painting home with me. This place is familiar to me. That painter's studio, yes. It's precisely like that basement room where the painting lay abandoned. I'm caught in a nightmare. Why did I take that painting? Will I never see my wife and child again? She is whispering in my ear, imploring me to paint her. Does she have me confused with that artist? Oh Lord, forgive me for neglecting my art classes when I was a child. I always received failing marks for my meager compositions. Alright, let's start harvesting some things. Let's also chat with you a little bit. She's relaxing on the bed. Is this a painting of some room? If you need help, just ask. Skull? It's fake, right? I thought this used to be the head of a sculpture. Nothing here. Wait, no, I got a trumpet. Okay. Crown. The willow tree is wearing a crown. So I might have worn this once. I'm gonna click some of these things kind of twice. Because sometimes it looks like there is an ending attached to interacting with items. Rarely, but it's there. Gotta go in the new room. Boy, this place is dark like my soul. It's too dark to see anything. And wasn't there a lamp somewhere? Ironically, we're gonna have to go back. There's an unlit lamp. I might be able to investigate that dark room with this. I'll take it with me. Can you light my lamp? Oh, you're having difficulty in the dark. Then look at what's right on your nose. Oh! My soul! Here, use this to light your lamp. I have a light now, but I doubt it'll last long. I need to look around before it dies out. Looks like an old fireplace. I put down the lamp. There are frames everywhere but here, and that's odd. Did there used to be a painting here too? Hey, a book. There was a book down here. Did I miss this before? It seems like a diary, with the inside too splotched to read. Okay. My phone's buzzing. No matter how many I paint, they cannot compare. Nothing is her equal. My time is running out. Stop pacing about the room and paint her. Curse you! Very helpful. The lamp went out. I should hurry and get out of here. I left the lamp in the middle of the room. It'll be hard to find in the dark. Can you give me another lamp? It seems you found all 5. Her feet? Okay, now put everything you gathered. Come on, this is not that kind of channel. On the bed here, in the right order, mind you. I think I've been too picky about the colors. So I'll leave that up to you this time. That's no lie. Promise I'm not that evil. Sure. First, how about something an angel plays? Correct, you have my compliments. Is this a good color? So the next is something glittery that you wear on your head. I'm gonna also paint it yellow. Yes, that's correct. Are you sure about the color? Well, the next is something you open and look through. Equally yellow. That's right, you're so clever. I am. Do you like that color? Okay, the next one is something that gives a wavering light. Oh, but you mustn't light it. That would make it far too bright in here. Yellow. Yes, perfect. I make it too easy for you. Now the last one is something you will become in the future. Skullman? Yellow. Precisely, that's everything. Please take a short break while I prepare. Prepare for what? Well, now that everything's ready, shall we begin? I guess you really don't mind the color. I made them all yellow and you're not caring. I'll choose one treasure out of the 5 here. And hide it. Then you have to bring it to me. Before the sand runs out and your time is up. An hourglass. And make sure you paint it the exact same color. Oh! Manly's broken the metagame because I paint everything yellow. You paint them so you should remember, right? I only allow you to get the color wrong once. I wonder how long you'll last. So I'm just gonna let the timer run out, but this game is a little curious. I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the actual challenge? I'm gonna paint it red on purpose. Too bad, your time's up. That means you get a penalty. Ow. Did you actually die? Can you still move your brush? Too bad, your time's up. How dare you miss a set upon time, you lazy bones. Think about what you did as you're buried in sand. The victim was discovered in a studio completely dried up. Sand was scared about the area and... Did you desand me? So let's purposely put the wrong item then? Well, now if the crown's the right item, put book on head. Oh, are you sure about that one? It's right here, didn't you see it? Yes. Your hands are meant for painting, I believe. Not for stealing crowns. Time to break that habit. What are you doing to me? The victim was discovered in a studio with both their arms missing. The arms in question have yet to be found, and... Thief. So I'm gonna purposely put the crown here. Oh, are you sure about that one? It's right here, didn't you see it? I'll take an instrument from you instead, then. What kind of instrument can you take from me? My ribs? The victim was discovered in a studio with their heart torn out of their body. Oh! Because it goes boop 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 boop. Instrument. Skull. Oh, are you sure about that one? But it's right here, didn't you see it? What story would you be if you were a book? I have no idea how you're gonna do this. Oh my god! The book discovered in the studio was bound in human skin. The expression on its cover is one of untold anguish and skin-bound. This is actually an extremely gory game, but the endings and deaths are stylized, so you just don't see it. But conceptually, this is a fairly gory game. Oh, you sure about that one? But it's right here, didn't you see it? You're gonna take my skull, aren't you? Perhaps it's time to extinguish you, too. There's no stars come out when it's dark. Oh, wait. Wait, what? The floor of the missing artist's studio is found covered in constellation-like patterns, drawn in the victim's blood. Stars. This was a creative one. I give you credit, that's a creative one. Okay, this could be the last death. Oh, are you sure about that one? But it's right here, didn't you see it? I'll take a brand new skull from you then. Straight to the point. The artist's headless body was found in the studio, but the whereabouts of their head is yet unknown and... deskulled. Okay. What is missing is a trumpet, and then yellow. Exactly. Not that playing it will save you or anyone else. Well, on to the next. And this time, what's missing is you. Whoops. Well, I indirectly made this a lot easier. Correct, here's a prize. There's no need to light up a room. Unless you're looking for something. And now the skull's missing. Nicely done. Is this a hint at your future, I wonder? I think you're fine for now. Well, on to the next. And the crown. Gotta wait for the yellow to come around. Not bad. Here, I'll give you a reward. You feel like royalty when you wear this? Yee. Well, on to the next. And the final one would be... crown again. Not bad. Here, I'll give you a reward. You feel like royalty when you wear this. On to the next. Well done. But the game has only just begun. Wait, she's still going. I can't hold on for much longer. There must be some sort of hint that I've heard that many accounts of deceased spirits entering into dolls that they treasured in life. In fact, I've collected a number of such belongings myself. Perhaps the space itself could be thought of as a manifestation of the painting's memories. Why else would her desired motifs conveniently appear out of nowhere? That begs the question, where exactly was she painted? The rooms that lie beyond their doors scare up the studio. Yes, I'm drawing close to the origin of the curse, I know it, but my spirit has exhausted itself in the face of her little games. Is there something I've overlooked? But what? As it's said in some countries, the darkest place is under the candlestick. People often disregard what's right under their noses. No, it's no use. She's watching me. I can feel my consciousness fading. I pray that the one to come after me may find a way to lift this Dang, researcher. You came really close. Come on now, time for the next round. Oh dear, your soul is at its limit. It stopped shining, even though I'm nowhere near finished. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Everyone grows old and dies in the end. But paintings are everlasting. We never grow old, nor do we die. You should be singing my praises. The other people all put up such a fuss, but you seem oddly calm. Perhaps you gave up from the very start. Perhaps you're a Let's Player who keeps letting yourself die. You're just as morose as me, Speaking of which, there was one other, who had a shadow cast over them like you. Who was that, I wonder? And when were they here? The decades seem like an eternity now. A shadow. Will you listen to the story of this portrait of mine, the story of the vivid, regrettable week we spent together, and of her? What color will your soul shine in the end? Good night. Wait! No! I don't want to be a skull! And of her final moments. I feel like the area that, the tile screens changed a little. Music's different too. So where's the story gonna go? My services have been hired, and today marks the beginning of my work. I will paint a portrait at the request of the wealthy old man who lives at the edge of the town. Though foul rumors have been spreading among the town's artists regarding him. I approach the mansion, treading through a ravishing garden filled with flowers. First ensuring that I'm presentable, I ring the bell at the entranceway. A servant guides me through the ill-lit, oppressive interior. I never see the old man who was my employer. He is in his private room, it seems. I'm led to the top floor. As soon as I step inside, my foot hits something. An apple. It rolls across a tenuous room to where she stands. The reputed blue flower lies in her hair, but what stands out all the more to me is the color of her limpid eyes as she peers at me. That was... Just how long are you going to sleep? It's rude to neglect the pleading of a lady. It's back to the first painting. Time loops! Are you listening to me? You are the next painter, aren't you? If you insist on making me wait, I'll erase you. I recognize you. Is this the second time we've met? You're rather eccentric to have come back here. If it's difficulty you want, I can oblige. Uh-oh. Day 1 plus. First, I should serve my guest some food. Would you bring me an apple and a knife? She wants a knife this time. Oh boy. Get the apple. Accidentally double-clicked. Get a knife. Empty teacup. When's that teacup gonna come up? There's a knife. Don't point at anyone. Made. That's completely new. For Pete's sake, good job pulling another painter in this mess. Hope the child takes this one at least. And there he comes already asking to borrow a knife. The previous painter couldn't peel an apple for the life of him, poor thing. Oops, must have stare. We'd better beat a hasty retreat before we're trapped in the aftermath too. How many days will this one last, I wonder? What is going on? So let's check the death list here. Yeah, there's a bunch of new deaths. So it looks like we can get the old ones, but then they've added like a bunch of new ones based on the context. It's a painting of a girl sitting in a chair. Her pose is slightly different from before. Her hands are folded on her lap with the palms facing down. Don't slice your finger as you paint it. Paint. First give me an apple, then a knife. I'll slice your neck if you can't outperform me. Wait, what? Wait, what? I might just give you a knife instead. Oh, you painted the knife first. Does that mean you want to become the apple? Wait, no. I don't need a knife. My hand will do just fine. Wait, what? Ah! I gotta admit, you're pretty good. That's the skinned ending again, though. But it felt kind of like different based on the context. How about we put an apple in your head? Here. Apple. What are you doing putting an apple there? See, now it's rolled onto the floor. If I roll you up, will you turn into a Swiss roll? That sounds kind of like... bad. The strange spell artwork left in the studio was quickly identified as none other than the missing painter. Oh god, we got Uzumaki'd. We literally got Uzumaki'd. That is a complete reference. Alright, let's give you the apple, put on the table. What a nice color. Could you also bring me a knife to peel it? Sure. I think. I'm not sure if I have a choice here. Wait. How dare you paint the blade pointing at me? You're completely lacking in manners. I think that's the point. I'll chop you up until there's nothing left. The victim was discovered in the studio, chopped into finely minced pieces. Yellow. No, I said to give you a demonstration first. Now paint it again. Nope, you're gonna get peeled apples. Because I want to mess with you. No, I said to give you a demonstration first. Now paint it again. Nope. I told you not to give it to me already peeled. Do you love the color yellow that much? Yellow means caution, doesn't it? And honey is yellow too. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a good color. I thought of a great treat to give you. What? How about a sweet apple and honey tart? Okay, I like sweet apple and honey tarts. Oh, I'm the sweet apple and honey tart. victim was discovered in the studio had been swarmed by bees. Their head was horribly swollen and... How did we get to bees? Why'd you have to bee me? Okay, you want the knife. Don't put it at your face. I'm quite talented at peeling things, you know. Would you put the sheet over me so I can peel it? I need to focus. Ow! I'm sorry to make you wait. You can take it off now. I'm not as good as I used to be. I feel like you're more better at destroying than, like, peeling. The poor apple. Could I ask you to do it since you're so talented? If you're slower than me, you'll see. Wait. What do you want me to do? I have another knife. Oh, I don't need a knife anymore. I didn't know that you loved knives so much. Oh, I see where you're going with this. Then why don't I treat you to a knife show? Balance an apple in your hand and I'll take aim. I think you're bad at aiming or peeling. I like how we shook her like, no, I'm out of here. What? Theo! The victim was discovered in a studio with a knife lodged into the skull. Bullseye. Apple. That isn't peeled at all. I'm so much better than you. Whoops. Oh wait. Twist of words. Incompetent artists, get the next slice open. The victim was discovered beheaded in the studio. No trace of the murder weapon has yet to be seen. Beheaded. Okay, make it yellow. I thought you... Like, I legitimately felt like, oh, you can make me pay another knife. A rather clumsy effort. But I suppose I'll give you a passing grade. Do we get to live? Oh my. I ate all of it. That apple was so good I couldn't stop. Oh dear, it's about time I got my beauty sleep. Hurry and cover me. The light is my worst enemy. Surely you know the routine by now. I sit down on the bed. The wave of exhaustion crashes over me. Do I really have to do it all over again? The first day went wretchedly. I heard the rumors, but never considered they could be true. The second I went to open the curtains to let in some light, she flew off the handle. Or flew off the apple, rather, as I quickly found one hurtling towards my head. No sooner did I detect a blow than she demanded that I peel it and give it back to her. Having no other recourse, I borrowed a knife from the servants, only to then have her complain that my peeling was taking too long. I attempted to reason with her, but recalled the words of my employer and stopped myself. Now I sit on the bed in the guest room I was led to, breathing a sigh. Am I truly capable of painting that girl's portrait? I contemplate my employer's instructions, relayed through the servants. Whatever you do, do not upset her. I wake just before noon. Yesterday's fatigue must have caught up with me. Upon peeking out the window, I discover that it's raining. I hastily make my way up to the room on the top floor. I cannot help but wonder what mood my model that girl is in today. Regrettably, I quickly realize she is as ordinary as ever. Apples, pineapples, and fruits of all kinds fly at me. It's all I can do to evade them. All at once, she declares that painters must take great care in what hues they use and has me fetch a plate of macarons. Each time I visit the kitchen, I invariably perceive piteous glances from the servants. I came here to paint a portrait, not conduct a tea party. So we're kind of like reliving the moments of the artists and the living people, which is a little curious. I fell asleep again. Wake up, killer painting. It's time to get to work. Is this kind of like that meme? You know the one where it's like, it's time for you know what, 4 a.m. or whatever thing? Like, yes, honey. Oh my, what a magnificent landing. I didn't take you for an athlete. Anyway, it's past noon, I'm tired of waiting. It's tea time. Day 2+. I'll get thirsty if I only have macarons. I'd like some freshly brewed tea, please. Let's go in. There's an empty teacup. Easily breakable. Haven't got any, notes. Plate is up in the tree. Because you don't need the plate this time. There are macarons on the plate. No green, blue, and red. Variety is the spice of life, you know. But I'll get thirsty, so I need tea in between. It's important to change the fragrance and color. I look forward to a variety of hues and flavors. Make sure you give me the tea at the proper time. So this one, I'm assuming you want us to remember which tea we've given you. And then make sure it's a different color every time. Well, you are a fast eater. Oh, because she's choking. Like, I need my tea. She's getting very upset. That's nice little, like, touches. I like those little touches like that. You're too late. Both my throat and my canvas are completely dry. Maybe I'll dry you out, too. A mummy was discovered in a studio of the missing artist. It remains unclear which time period it hails from, and... dehydrate. But tea right now. Blue tea. Oh, you already brought me some already. But I want to enjoy my snack a while longer. Now I'll cool before I drink it and I'll catch a cold. Are you immune to the cold because you paint outside? I don't think that works that way. Ice, ice, baby. The victim was discovered in a studio ever frozen to death, despite being inside. Imagine being like the cops that come into this. Okay. So I think, let's see, we're gonna give you the tea when you look like you're thirsty. Not yet. You eat blue. I'm gonna give you purple. Perfect timing. And it's a different color too, lovely. This will cleanse my palate. That was wonderful. The shawl on her lap turned purple. But it's not because the tea spilled on it. Do try to wake up early tomorrow. You still need to paint me after all. Good night. In a spoiled painting? I sit down on the bed. I feel like my consciousness is slowly merging with something. I'm scared to go to sleep. See, I told you, we're mimicking the original artist. But if I don't, I won't be able to wake up early tomorrow. The second day ends without much progress having been made. Her ill temper is issue enough, but the poor lighting remains my main obstacle. The maid says she insists the curtains stay closed because the setting sun is too bright. Consequently, the room is so dim that I can only faintly make out the girl's features. If we could use a different room, except there's no guarantee that she will allow it. Maybe she's sensitive to the sun? Could be. Myriad world-class portresses were chosen for this job before I. And yet the old man was never satisfied with their work, ever seeking new painters. As the wealthiest person in town, every artist sought desperately to gain his favor. But everyone returned from the work with a scowl on their face, grumbling. Do not agree to painter. Nothing in this life is worth it. And so rumors spread for quite some time, till they were finally wiped from memory. It was then that the old man sought my services, despite my being a landscape painter. Her mood is foul again today. Something about her pet bird having escaped. Today is a painting of a bird cage, but something's weird about... Oh, I see, the bird escaped. My bird. My little pet bird is gone. It's because you weren't keeping watch. The bird cage in the painting is empty. Like my soul. I saw a shadow. A cat? It was a cat. A jet black cat. I saw it run onto that bed over there. It's too dark to see if there's a cat or not. Find that black cat. If you don't, I'll blot you out instead. Dang, you're so mean. Day 3+. I would welcome my any number of friendly cats. But not bird-eating ones. Drag it out this instant. Then I can give it to the punishment it deserves. I need to find that cat first. There's a lot of cats around here. Well, there's just one. But it's a lot of cat. Like, that is a lot of cat for a cat. The cat's sleeping in a rather acrobatic position. Warp cat. Unnaturally warped! It's gone. I think I heard something break. Fireplace shatter inside. It's that cat from before. It's striking a weird pose. Wonder if that has any significance. Sliding cat. Did it fall from a tree or something? It disappeared again. I've memorized 2 poses now. But maybe I should keep following it. Maybe one pose is like the correct one because it's the one that's not in position to attack the bird. No cats here. There's a cat over there. If I open it, I should be able to see the whole cat. Whoa! Hunting down the black cat that snuck its way into the manor was an ordeal and a half. Evidently, it broke a plate upon fleeing to the kitchen, such that I garnered glares from the servants in its stead. I glimpsed it scampering down the hallway, but it slips through an open door before I can catch it, and so my chase continues. The room beyond the door is as dark and dismal as the girls. I burn my lamp brighter to track down the black cat that has melted into the gloom. A wall stares down at me. Portraits cover every inch of it. These must be the works of the other artists. The girls enshrined in the paintings gaze at me. Will I truly be able to surpass them? One painting above the hearth is different. It looks older than the rest. It depicts a small boy beside a stream. He appears to be holding a birdcage. Though the painting has greatly deteriorated, I can make out another person behind the boy. Someone gently watching over him holding an umbrella. If you want that painting, I'll give it to you. There's hardly any reason for me to hang on to it. She isn't there anymore. Take it and get out. Get back to your job. Some story development going on here. Cat. It's the cat that was caught in the door. Uniquely shaped stomach. Well-fed cat. Yeah, it's well-fed. So it won't go after the bird. What's taking you so long? I'm done painting. Painted this instant. I shouldn't keep her waiting any longer. I don't need any more cat sketches. Actually, I think I've seen this cat pose like this before. It's time to face your judgment, cat. Now show yourself, you cursed thing. We'll let the bird escape. I'm just gonna throw a random cat here. It's just completely blended in. Where is it? It's invisible in the black background. It's not nice to tease, you know. I'll turn you into Onyx instead. Onyx. The studio of the missing artist was searched, but nothing unusual was found other than an inky human-shaped stain. That's kind of like the shadow thing we see. Is that it? That's kind of the right color. Next. Oh, this is a funny one. This is a funny one. This one really wants you to think outside the box. And then this cat. With our cat powers form Black Cat. Those cats are all the wrong. Oh! I found it. Look in the middle. That's it. I caught it. The black cat's had the birdcage. You're the one who ate my bird, aren't you? I wonder. Could be a false accusation. I'll never let you out. But I guess it is nice to steal your freedom away. You're kind-hearted, aren't you, Painter? I'll give this cat to you as a reward. Okay. You seem the type that the animals flock to. That was exhausting. Let's call it a day. Well, that ended up nicer than I thought. Come to think of it, I feel like I was searching for something. But what? A black cat sitting on the table. Is that the one I painted? I wonder if I'll dream again. Dream of him. Fortune was not with me today. I believe I upset the master of the house. Between that cat and the painting he foisted on me, my room is much more cramped. As I stand there at a loss, the cat pulls something out from between the shelves. It appears to be some old notes. I bring it to the lamp to look at. Peel the apple first and give it to her. Take care regarding the color of the macarons. Make certain you serve her tea at the correct time. Do not let the bird escape its cage. Under the bed is a blue. It's a list of warnings, each written in a different hand. The tile at the top reads, "The next unfortunate painter." I like how this has been a trend. So in real life, it was notes. And then in the future, it's text messages. Because time has moved on. We don't write handwritten notes anymore. This must have been left by artists who came to the mansion prior to me. Perhaps one started as something of a joke and the others continued on with it. It seems the girl's habits make her especially difficult to paint. I doubt the other portresses could work to the full extent of their capabilities under such conditions. And yet it is thanks to that this opportunity was afforded to me, as unremarkable as I am. If I can manage to successfully paint her, I may just win that old man's patronage. Your paintings are too murky. Look at the colorful landscapes other painters have won awards for. The calculated detail in their use of the color is most impressive. There isn't a trace of the intense animalistic cues you employ. You aren't suited to be a painter. Find some other occupation. For the umpteenth time, I recall the occasions when I was rejected at town exhibitions. I left myself in the uncomfortable bed. The cat is nowhere to be found. I glanced down at the floor reveals that my sketches are wantonly scattered about. The culprit must have escaped while I slept. Through all my attempts at painting, I've never been able to replicate the colors of the natural world. Each undertaking results in a turbid blur. I wish for nothing more than to capture the glimmer of the sinking sun on canvas. I gather up the murky sketches and sigh. Rain pounds against my window, and so the fourth day begins. The girl brings an instrument and other things from goodness knows where. It forces me to play make-believe with her. And still I could only barely make out her frame within the shadowy room. If I could at least light the lamp. Perhaps she has some cursed illness that will kill her if she exposed the light. Or maybe she's just a goth. Time passes quickly. Once again the day ends without even a hint of progress. I hear a loud noise coming from the window. It's pouring outside. I can't see the ground, but I can hear the raindrops. Every once in a while there's a thunder. I have so much time to spare. Almost too much. Maybe we should go on another treasure hunt. Wait, that's right. I was searching for something. I've forgotten something important. But where was it? And what was it? Do you know? Day 4 plus. So I think if we survive this, we're going to go on to the other days. So I'll be fresh from here on out. Is it here? Or over there? No, maybe there. I'm tired. Tired of looking at me. It's frustrating not being able to move. To the next unfortunate painter, peel the apple first and give it to her. Take care regarding the color of the macarons. Make certain you serve her tea at the correct time. Don't let the bird escape its cage. Under the bed is a blue cosmetics case. You must not touch it. I write this in all seriousness. Do not touch it. So we're going to touch it. This bed? It's the thing that's in the painting. Those dark stains. Table with broken legs lying on the floor. Seems like a large window, but it's too far away. White darkness lies beyond it. Looks like a mirror, but its rust doesn't reflect anything. I'm not sure what you want me to get, because you want me to come in this room. Is it under the bed? My cell phone is buzzing. That child stole the master's personal belongings again. I wish she'd consider the trouble she puts us maids through. And she's pulled the painter into her little games to boot. I feel so sorry for that man. Oh, take care not to soup around the bed. When I tried to clean under it the other day, she shooed me off saying she'd clean it herself. I imagine she must have pilfered something else and hid it under there. That's enough idle chatter. Next is the master's room. You want to know why the master was keeping that little girl? Truth be told, I stole a glimpse of the master's diary while I was cleaning once. It turns out he lost his older sister in an accident when he was but a young boy. Yes, what he really wants is a portrait of his late sister. That must be why he adopted a girl who is her spitting image. Ooh. Yes, that explains why she's always dressed the same way as well. The master does live all alone after all. I'm certain he's lonely. Huh. It's getting a little weird. Under the bed. It's true, I don't think I've looked there yet. Let's see. Is something there, I wonder? She seems unhappy. A section of the sheets is lifted, but the area is shrouded in darkness. It's frustrating not being able to move, and maintaining this perspective is difficult. Do you want me to paint some light? Can I find some light? There's some light. There's a lamp. The flame has completely died out. There's a fire in the fireplace. Something's burning it. A bundle of papers. A lamp might be able to shine some light inside that painting. Lit lamp. If I paint a flame, it might brighten up the area inside the painting. Ah! The fire in the fireplace went out. Anything else I can get? Won't open. Oh my, do you know what I'm looking for? Then perhaps I could ask you to help. Searching. The lamp lights up the underside of the bed. Sure enough, there's something underneath. A box. I wonder what's inside. Memorize what the box looks like. What are you looking at underneath there? A box. I think you said it was blue, right? Which is why I'm gonna paint it red. Because we like dying. Is this a box? It doesn't look familiar and it seems empty. Like my soul? I'll put you inside instead. Various boxes were discovered with— No, I don't want to be a box! Were discovered inside the studio. Inside each one was a piece of the victims. Boxed. Is this a box? I don't need— Wait, this color. This box is familiar to me somehow. But why? I get the feeling that it's best not to open it. But maybe it's okay to open it just a smidge. No, I probably shouldn't yet. Your box opened my cell phone, apparently. I recall a painting I saw in some hallway. A still life with a fresh skull lying among things like a glittering crown and instrument, symbolizing the transience of life. It spoke to me of death, of the reaper that haunts me on every step. No matter how much fortune I accumulate, I cannot take it with me. The only one who eases my mind as I lie on my deathbed, wrapped with illness, is her. The memories of those halcyon days I spent with my beloved sister when I was a young lad. The nights when she sang me to sleep. The one thing I cannot recall is why she died. I remember a sunset very much like today's. I can picture her against the brilliant scarlet sun, falling to her death from that room, leaving with no family at such a young age. There was another painting in that hallway, one that depicted a myth, a woman opening a box which contained every calamity imaginable. Perhaps I too am reaching out to a door that must never be opened. We're getting a lore here. We're getting some feelers out there for what the actual storyline is, but I think we're still far off just going by the amount of depths we've unlocked. What is this? It's too dark inside to see anything. Perhaps the painting's too dark. I can't see. I think I need just the tiniest bit of light. Please don't take my soul. Is there any alternatives that you would like? Oh, I just got a window. That's weird. Dark stains in the sheets. Yep, need to know what a window looks like. What is this? Looks like there's dark fog inside I can't see. What should I light up with? This? Is there a bad end if I use that? What's the window for? Let's just try this anyways. I mean, I have this. Ah, it's too bright. Maybe now I can see inside the box. No, I still can't make anything out. My hand is getting tired from holding the lamp. Uh-oh. What? Oh no! The fire's spreading, it won't go out! You're so cruel putting me through this. I'll burn you to a crisp with your own flames. Oh, yeah! Yep, that's Vermillion, alright. The victim was discovered in the studio, having been reduced to ash. However, the painting nearby was undamaged. That's unfair! A window. Any color, probably. No, it's too bright. Even if I need a light, a blue sky is too much. Strong light is bad for me. Get rid of it now. Well, what do you think is a color? Here, I'm gonna make it... You know what? Here, take this. Oh, it's nighttime already. No use in continuing this further. Useless painters don't deserve to live. Yes, I do. So it was a generic ending, but it was also kind of a unique ending too, because it had unique dialogue. Gray? Oh, another cloudy day. Speaking of which, I think I heard thunder. Wait. Don't ride at me! But lightning won't help me see anything. The studio of the missing artist was found to be full of shattered glass, as if a storm had blown through it. Thunder. So you want red. Kind of like the sunset? No, it's too bright. Don't paint the sky just because I need light. Strong light's bad for me. Get rid of it now. Wait. This glow. Oh! I cannot puff my work any longer. I turn on my heel and head to her room. The rain has long since stopped and night is falling, but I can paint by candlelight if need be. I knock but get no reply. Having no other recourse, I try the doorknob. It isn't locked. A glaring light pours in from the crack. I knew it. She only uses an aversion to light as an excuse to make it so that I cannot paint her. When I am gone, she... Oh, what words could possibly describe the beauty of the scene before me? Beams of light illuminate her as she dozes by the window. She cuts a beautiful figure, and yet what draws my attention even more is her flaxen locks of hair and rosy skin. The image of her dyed in the light of the setting sun is far more breathtaking than any of the portraits that hang in the old man's room. Her hue, clad in the robes of the sundown, fills the dreary room. I stand frozen until the sun sinks below the horizon, unable to paint a single thing. When I wake, the world outside the window shines white. The rain that had departed yesterday had returned, but only in smaller fits and spurts. And instead, a thick fog envelops the mansion. In the midst of all this, she declares that she wants to go on a walk. A vast garden encompasses the mansion, and the rain and fog turn all aboard into a meandering, perplexing maze. The angel sculptures scattered about seem to sneer at any and all artists who find themselves at the mercy of her whims. She walks a little while, then quickly becomes weary and rests, only to jump up and begin walking again moments later. It is all I can do not to lose sight of the green umbrella she grips in her hands. Green, remember that. At long last I hear the babbling of water. Why is my... That was like a lounge chair. Well, not a lounge chair, it's a bench, rather. There's a bench hanging from the ceiling. Was it always a bench? Congratulations, you've managed to avoid dying on day 4. Umbrella? An umbrella's leaning up against the easel. Oh, you're looking nice, you got some more color. It's boring always painting me inside, yes. My complexion is bare thanks to yesterday. It's true, her hair and skin have color now. I'll show you the garden for a change of pace. It's very large, you know. You might get lost. I think this is the longest that any of the people who have done this have survived. Because I think they all ended on like day 4. For all eternity. Nice. Day 5. Oh dear, it's still raining slightly. Umbrella necessary for walking in the rain. Nothing on the phone? It's hard to tell, but seems to be drizzling. She's staring at me as if waiting for something. Quickly now. Before I melt in the rain. Time for the part where we do things wrong. So like put over here. They said it was blue, right? No, it was green. Red. Oh, what a cute umbrella. I think it's cute, I like red. But it's not the same as the one I had that day. You can't go changing the color on me. Or is it raining red umbrellas over there? How's it raining red The red spots on the floor of the studio were discovered to be consistent with the missing artist's blood type. How does red umbrella equate to, like, turning me into blood? Blue. This blue umbrella isn't mine, and besides, if a blue shadow cast over me like this, my complexion looks just awful. Am I turning into a blueberry? Oh dear, you're looking extremely pale too. The victim was discovered without a single drop of blood in their body. No one yet knows what has become the missing blood and brain. Alright, let's just put an umbrella over here. You're gonna have to reach for it yourself. Oh my, I need you to paint an open umbrella. Maybe I'll open you with it instead. The victim... Oh no. The victim was discovered in the steel with the handle of an umbrella sprouting from their head. Skewered. Okay. Green. That's a nice color. Oh, that's correct. I thought you'd be more puzzled than that. But we're only getting started. Shall we go? The painting hasn't changed at all. Does an unchanging painting bore you? Well, I'm used to it. I think I'll stay here. And not because I forgot the way, absolutely not. Or will you be kind enough to guide me? May day 5. I dare say that girl is doing very well. At what, you ask? Why, at following a master's instructions. Every single day she must dress the same way, style her hair the same way, and wear the same flower, which she must faithfully pick from the garden. After all, that flower was her sister's favorite. And let's not forget the lullaby she has to sing to him every night. Oh gracious, there's no time to be blabbering on. Those flowers require a lot of care, you know, so you best memorize the path to the flower bed yourself. Starting from the back entrance, head straight to the red bench you'll see on your right. From there you should spot a green angel nearby. Head in the direction it's pointing. Yes, that's right, the direction of its bow. A little while after that, you'll come across a stream on your right with 2 different colored bridges built across it. Pass the first one by and then take the second yellow bridge. Make certain you don't cross the green one as it leads to another direction. If you keep on for a bit, you'll find a place where the blue flowers bloom. Simple enough. Is there anything of note I should grab while I'm here? Trumpeting angel, wonder what it's celebrating. Oh yeah! Angel of a bow, Cupid. Lastly, pointing angel, it's pointing up to the heavens. Because we need an angel statue, because apparently you're not going to give it to us. Large tree. What about here? We got anything here? There's a bridge. He's going to go on a horse with a bridge. It's Maffian, but I think I see another person behind the boy. Is this a painting of... If it is, I'll need that bridge. Anything else? A bench. This is a bench from the garden. Do I have everything I need? The fog mist leaves people trapping them forever. It's a cursed garden, painted with care. The truth is, I've forgotten the way. So, we're just gonna paint this wrong. Just right off the bat. That's probably gonna lead to a bad end. We'll begin by walking to the first landmark. That's pretty cool, though. The fog one lit up. The inside of the studio is filled with something akin to a white mist. The artist in question is yet to be found. Lost. I've been Silent Hilled. Okay, so red bench. We'll go to the first landmark. Don't get lost. Let's go on to the next after a short break. Join that tea. Green angel. You're so impatient. It's only polite to let a painting rest a while. And here I wanted to spend more time with you. Oh well, shall we go? All we need to do is cross this river. To start with, we'll need to find the first bridge. I have to paint both bridges. The first one will be green, the second one will be yellow. But we're gonna paint a bench. Cross the bridge! Huh, you want me to cross over the stream on that? It'd be funny. But with such unstable footing, I'll fall. Blah, 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 blah. The victim discovered in the studio was found to have water in their lungs. It's thought that they drown, and yet... Shall we be on our way? Sorry to make you wait. Here's a word for indulging me. Oh! I was actually able to, let you wait. Next landmark is... That's a cool little touch. We actually regain health. Green angel. All the green angels pointing, let's go. Cross this river. Make sure you don't cross the green one. That's the first bridge, the second is beyond it. You've been painting a lot, can you do it? Look, your brush is shaking, are you okay? I'll pull it off, don't worry. Yes, I wanted to go beyond the yellow bridge. Thank you for leading me. It must have been hard. See? The flowers blooming in this corner. I think you needed to have the break to make it. I'm not sure. They seem to be the same color as the one in her hair. Mine wilted, so I came to get a new one. He'll get mad at me if I leave mine faded. But these don't have any color either. This won't do me any good. Let's go. Do you know what color this flower is? But you've painted too much today. Don't you think you should rest? Apparently I regain health. Where artists are compelled to take up their brushes whenever they stand before a canvas. Fine, but do it quickly and precisely. Paint it if you can. It's always blue, right? I mean, that's literally... Wow, I got it. Which I didn't mean to. Oh dear, you painted it. I was actually hoping to try to get a bad end. Oh well, I guess I'll use this flower then. There's a trick to putting in your hair. Well then, shall we call it a day? Would you mind putting that sheet over me? I don't want anyone to see what happens now. And no peeking. Go home. I sit down on the bed. I cannot sleep. My mind is possessed by the vision of that girl dying in the colors of the sunset. I frantically try to sketch a scene I see in my mind's eye, but every attempt ends in failure, and I find myself fleeing my room. After wandering the mansion a while, I sense a presence in the hallway before me. It's the girl entering a room. She wears a blue flower in her hair on the left side, the same one she picked in the garden. It was the old man's room that she entered. I don't sense her. The door is slightly open. I attempt to pass by, but my curiosity seizes me and I stand listening at the door. The faint sound of a song reaches my ears. Is she singing? If only the door had been locked, I may have not made that grave error. I gingerly peek through the crack in the door. The flame in the fireplace illuminates the countless girls that hang upon the wall. Under their watchful eyes, two shadows flicker in the firelight. The old man is curled like a child in front of the fireplace. His shriveled hands gently caress the blue flower in her hair. The girl in turn strokes his face as he lies in her lap. She's singing quietly to herself. Is it a lullaby? I'm unable to see her face, and her love is plain in gesture she makes. My mind is all at once arrested with the image of the Madonna and the child. Have I seen something I should not have? But that girl... Okay. Too bad this is the wrong color. You still hold your brush. Hey, did I purposely not hit blue? Too bad the wrong color. Haha, must be feeling awful by now. Oh, so they let you kind of cheat. So I got it the first try, actually. That was extreme luck. Too bad this is the wrong color. It's okay, we can just stay here. In the beautiful garden you painted. There's no need to face tomorrow. Flowers of every color are found blooming in the missing artist's studio. Almost as though awaiting their owner's return. Flowered. It's been 6 days since I arrived here. The curtains gleam softly. The rain of the past few days has left us, and a clear blue sky stretches above it instead. Despite this, the girl's room is as dismal as ever. She buries herself in her bed, refusing to make an appearance. Even so, I finally managed to finish a sketch that matches the image printed in my brain. As the sun begins to set, she approaches the canvas. She is curious about my progress. But her gaze quickly deteriorates into a glare, betraying another oncoming tantrum. Words slip from my mouth before I can stop myself. There we go. She looks pretty much finished. Has it been 6 days since you've been here? You've painted so much for me. And now I have all these beautiful colors. As Sphinx, I'll let you pick the color this time. That's right. This is the end. Day 6. You help me remember what's inside the box. See? Aren't they beautiful earrings? I took them from the storage room. Which should I wear? I've been incredibly picky until now, so I'll let you choose since it's the last time. Isn't that nice of me? Yeah! These are all seashell earrings inside the box. The first is scallop. The second is spiral shell. I wonder if there's a trap here. The third is talon shell. The fourth is basket clam shell. Now then. Could you paint on my right ear? Am I wrong, or isn't that your left? Because you're turned, right? Unless you mean like right as in right of the portrait. How does paintings work when you're in a two-dimensional world? Like, what's your perspective anymore? Hold up. Is there anything else I can look around here? Oh, I got a mirror. Might show me things I cannot otherwise see. Which do you think would look best on me? Put on my right ear, please. I'm gonna put on your right ear. I'm gonna see what happens. These are kind of big. Well, they're probably gonna shrink down once they're there. I'll go with this one. Never really used white. I guess you still long for death. Fine then, I'll invert you as you wish. Okay, I was right! The victim was discovered in a studio with their head and limbs twisted in odd positions. Inverted. Fine, you get this. Oh dear, this mirror won't work. It's rusted. Are you getting rusty too? I'm dying. Squirtle. A rusted statue was discovered in the missing artist studio. It's thought to be an unfinished work of art, and I think that's why we have the mirror. You must have to put down the mirror, and then you get to be able to, like, access the other ear. Because you'll paint it in the mirror, see? It's like thinking outside the box or whatever. But yeah, don't paint it rusted. Paint in a clear color. Just one last little trick. Tee-hee. Were you not amused? I actually kind of was. Okay. So this is the earring you chose. I'll remember that. Keep this a secret between you and me. He gets mad if I look even slightly different. Dressing up makes me want to go out somewhere. The hills are beautiful this time of year, right? I like to go to the sea and collect shells, too. Oh, but I suppose I can't. Salt water and wind would be bad for my canvas. Oh dear. It's gotten rather dark in here. I think it's about time to return. Those stairs should let you out of here. The staircase. Well, good night. Okay. The stairs continue up. Can I go back home from here? Useless painter. What do you think I hired you? Come back here and paint. Paint my dear sister's portrait, you worthless... You're a painter, aren't you? What? The missing artist's studio was filled with a sea of blood. Her blood did not match the artist's. Blood sea. Now what? Hey, can you, help me out? Apparently I die. This is the painting of a door. I think I recognize the design on it. Who's over there? It's exactly the same as the door in the painting. I slumped up against the hallway and groaned. I upset her so badly that she had to be driven from the room. It stands to reason, I suppose. She shouldn't have to suffer such nonsense from an artist she met only days ago. What was I thinking, saying that to a girl her age? I know now why she insists on being a hindrance to anyone seeking to paint her portrait. I had my suspicions based on snippets of conversations I caught between the maids, and I confirmed them last night. She is a substitute, a proxy for the sister the old man lost when he was young. He seeks the illusion of his beautiful tender sister to sweep away the fear of death. This is what caused him to adopt a girl who is her splitting image. She does exactly as he says, wearing the same clothes and flowers as a sister of his, singing her little brother to sleep every night. But what the old man truly desires is the image of his sister in her youth, as he remembers her. Thus he demands portraits to be made of the girl. Once he obtains his perfect portrait, he may no longer have any use for the girl who continues to grow older with each passing year. And if that day comes, she will once again find herself without any family to her name. So she keeps her room as dim as she can, such that no painter can capture her form. But she has yet to realize her true value, the unique beauty she alone possesses. I can still picture the splendor of her frame amidst the light of the setting sun. Her existence brings color to my dreary paintings. Surely I am the only one who could... There's a noise from beyond the door, like that of something falling. Oh no! I slowly open it, prepared for an object to come flying my way. The setting sun lights up the room as it did yesterday. The window hangs open. I do not see her anywhere. All that remains in the room is my canvas. The crimson currents flutter in the wind. Oh no. The window. My sister fell from the window in that room. A sinking feeling causes me a dash to the window. It takes my eyes a moment to adjust to the brilliant light. The flower bed below is stained red. No, I am fearful of recalling any more. I never meant for... What have I done? By the time the servants carry her back to the room, she is at death's door. The bed is soaked with her blood. There's nothing anyone can do for her now. The servants murmur amongst themselves in fear and curiosity. They say that the original occupant of this room was cursed. The little brother, that is to say the old man, arrives, and though he appears a disastrous scene upon the bed, he does not seem to be distraught. He walks over to the open window and stares into the setting sun. His shriveled hands are grasping the empty birdcage that laid in the corner. After a moment, he returns to her bed. Then he drags her out and sits her before the canvas. The servants shriek, and understandably so. She's like a doll now. A doll whose neck, arms, and legs have all been horribly Paint. The little bird flew out the window. I only opened its cage to feed it, but it escaped. Because I was so upset, my sister leaned out the window to grab the bird as it sat on a branch. Her neck and limbs bent like a wilted flower. She was dyed dark red like the sunset. And then she turned pale. It was beautiful, but so very fleeting. I need to see it again. I need to see that beauty once more. Paint before the color fades. What? I can only paint yellow. Do I have to paint? Can I just let it time out? Yes, I do. Paint this fleeting beauty. Confine it to the canvas. What is this earring? My sister never wore anything like this. No. She always wore the bungled hair ornament that it made from a flower in the garden. What are you doing? Paint! Paint this radiance. You're a painter, aren't you? Do your job. Behold, look at this splendor, this elegance. Next I knew I was in my studio. When did I return here? What befell the old man after that? What of the girl? A painting of her stands before me. It spreads so thickly with layers of messy paint that the model is unrecognizable. Far more ominous than anything I've ever painted before. Her dying moments were stolen from her. This discolored canvas is a testament to her hatred and my regret. I hide her away in the depths of my studio. She was still breathing as I painted her. One eye lay open, blanking, staring at me the entire time. For the rest of my life, I will never forget that red pupil, as crimson as her blood in the setting sun. How many years has it been since then? I'm well on in the age now, and taken ill. Like the old man before me, I sense the presence of the Reaper haunting me at every step. In the end, my paintings never took on life, and she yet lies in the depths of my closed-off studio, that dark, dingy basement. I could not keep my promise to her. My brush will never again paint a single thing. But perhaps... Can really see some clouds, sky beyond there. Branches of a dead tree. The once broken stairs continue up. I'm gonna be able to wake from this nightmare. I heard a noise behind me. Cat. There was a seashell earring. We have to paint the seashell. You have to remember the color. Ebony painting. Where? I need to find you. There you go. So we painted it white, which is why I'm going to purposely paint it wrong. Nothing's happening. It's gone dark. I wake to find that the night has already fallen. An empty easel stands before me. I can't remember anything. This is an interesting bad end. It's actually different from the other ones, because we didn't die, technically. Okay, skin and white. You're back again. What an odd person you are. And I'd finally fallen asleep too. Day 7. I sleep and you wake me. I wake and you put me to sleep. You can't make up your mind, can you? But thanks to you, I remembered everything. The artist who painted me. The 7 days I spent with him. You want to know why I fell out of that window? I didn't fall. It was my model. That girl. I only watched it all unfold from my canvas. I'm certain it was the sister's curse. They both fell out in the window and died, yes. She had the same room, appearance, demeanor. And so she met the same end. Conspiracy theory-wise, the dad... Well, not the dad, the brother... Well, it's convoluted, because he's technically the girl's dad, but he wants him to roleplay the sister. It's whatever. I wonder if he purposely kind of set up the scenario so she would have the same kind of accident, like have her have a bird, have her have that window there, and so on and so on, so that it would eventually butterfly effect to it occurring in some form. We'll see. No, I'm only teasing you. Your manner of death was too embarrassing to talk about. It was so foolish. After that, I was covered in a sea of colors. I forgot everything as I sat here in the dark. Why I was painted. Who painted me? What that model, that girl was thinking. I kept feeling like something wasn't right. And so I began to think I wasn't complete. I asked everyone who came to me, but... I do apologize for getting a little rough. You murdered me 50 times. I'm a portrait, so... I tried to act like that girl who was my model. Perhaps I got a bit carried away. You, too, are very much like that painter. You're much quieter and gloomier than the others. On the 6th day, he presented his sketches. They were all such murky landscapes. Sunsets, maybe. They made me feel dreary, too. And yet, as he showed them to me, he said he wanted to keep painting me even after that job was over. Me, a model for such a dismal paintings. How completely disrespectful. It was too much to take, so I scoured his sketches and threw him out of the room. Or rather, the girl who served him as model did. But I don't think she was actually all that upset. Afterwards, she stood in front of the mirror and... Oops, it isn't polite to divulge a lady's secrets. Anyway, his dreary hue still haunts me. That girl and I, as her portrait, put him through many ordeals. It's time I ended it. Thank you, my silent painter. Say hello to your art dealer friend for me. I'm certain he'll like anything you paint. After all, a masterpiece like me vouches for you. Speaking of myself, please hang me in a large art gallery, with famous painters' masterpieces beside me, and paintings of fruit, tea, and snacks, and as well as one of a bird and a cat to chat with. Oh, but paint the bird and the cat separately. Oh dear, there goes my head. Well, at least we actually found an explanation, indirectly, of why your head always tilts when you kill us. Well, it's about time you put that sheet over me. I have difficulty sleeping when it's bright. May I never wake again. I look forward to a nice, dark exhibition room. Guess it's over. One day I may have one of your paintings beside me. I hope you keep practicing until then. Good night. Bye. Is it really over? I roused myself from my infirmity and slowly braved the stairs down to that dour place. My chest screams in pain. The sun has begun to set outside. Finally, I arrive at the door. With shaking hands, I undo its many locks. I promised her, if you are yet waiting for me. Hey pal, how you been? Have you come up with any ideas for a new painting yet? Why don't you go and block the nice view? Seeing the dark will only make you feel worse. But I guess that works out pretty nicely right now. I have a painting I want to show you. Hold on, be gentle when you take the sheet off. And pay attention to the light and temperature levels. She's delicate, you know. Hey, what's the matter? You're spacing out like your mind's gone off somewhere else. What are you doing reaching for your cell phone all of a sudden? It's like you just woke up from a dream, but you'll snap back to reality in a second. As soon as you see this painting. What do you see when you look at this painting? You see a girl with a blue flower in her hair, right? Wait. What? Hold up, what's going on here? This was supposed to be a portrait of a girl. It was a painting of a creepy girl, I swear. She had this cool, cursed look about her. Sure was an old and worn down when I got it, but it wasn't pure white like this. It's completely faded and cracked now, man. I guess it wasn't really preserved all that well, so I should have guessed, but... This stinks. I thought I was gonna make a killing off of this. Oh well, then it's the breaks. Sorry, but could you get rid of this for me? Come on, I'll pay you back by ruining your painting when you finish it. Anyway, see ya. The painting has completely faded. It seems like it might crumble at any moment. Can we get something here to paint it with? Ooh, light. Like, remember the painting he wanted to paint? After this job is over, I wish I could continue painting you. Posing on backdrops of fields, streams, coasts. I want to paint you and no other. You who shine so gloriously in the setting sun. A somewhat interpretive ending. Oh, we're actually seeing some things of the artist and the girl in the painting. Better stick for the credits. Looks like there's stuff here. Yeah, this is what he said. Like, he proposed to her, like, I want to keep painting you. She scared the sketches. Pushed them out. We might see how she dies, actually. Then she's gonna go to the mirror. Because the painting said, like, they wanted to keep that a secret. So they probably liked the idea, I'm assuming. That's why the shell was pretty important to them. So they actually, like, organized the sketches, they looked at them. Let's see. They open the window. Yeah, there it is. And then they go to the mirror like, you know what? Maybe I should live my life. Now where are they going? Oh, they got dressed up. They take the box. This is when they get the shell. Oh. Oh no. No. Here's the father comes in. I was seeing the painter like just splashed a bunch of random paint on the painting. That's, you know, when we first got it, it was kind of like muddled. Oh, is there an epilogue? Oh my. It's so bright. How many times do I have to tell you? Strong light is bad for paintings. You're an awful painter, you know that. Though, I look pretty nice against the sunset. I wonder if he's watching too. So this is a direct continuation of what we saw in the ending before the credits. Thank you for painting me. No problem. I died only 50 times. Yeah, it's a shell I painted. And thank you, the player. Cat? Oh, title screen's all nice, like an upbeat now. It's a happy... Not quite a happy ending, but somewhat of one. Number 1 is Landlord. The studio is set to be demolished. It belonged to an eerie man who spent his life painting somber, wretched landscapes. Nothing here could possibly have any value, but as a landlord, I'm obligated to check. Sure enough, the place was crammed with worthless paintings. I begrudgingly descend the stairs to the basement, relying on the light of my lamp. If the rumors are believed, the artist just died beyond the basement door. The door itself is covered in locks. Did he keep something of import down there? I tentatively push the door open, shining my light inside. A cold wave washes over me when I glimpse some manner of squirming shadow. Upon closer inspection, however, I find out it's nothing more than a wooden easel. A painting sits upon it. It manages to be even more macabre and ominous than any of his other paintings. Doubtless it wouldn't fetch even a single cent. And yet for some reason I decided to take it with me. My wife and child tell me to dispose of it. Ignoring their pleas, I hang it in my room and gaze at it every night. How could they not see? The girl it depicts possesses such untold beauty. She despises brightly lit rooms, and so I renovate to suit her needs. In due course she begins to speak to me, her voice soft and lovely, like that of a tiny bird. Soon I'll be able to understand her. Can? The next day I return to my room to find the curtains flung open. My child had entered without my permission. I must scold him for that later. I rush to close the curtains and block the glare of the setting sun. Oh, I do hope that I brought her no pain. I peer closely at her. My mind must be playing tricks on me. It seems as though her right eye is open slightly. The crimson pupil stares at me. For the first time I hear her voice clearly. Can you paint me, I wonder? I've woken a demon. No one can stop her now. So this is the first person to get it? Right after the painter, who of course painted the painting, died. Sculptor. I went to go visit the house of my landlord friend, but quickly discovered that he wasn't there. According to his wife, he hasn't returned home for days. She makes an odd request of me as I turn to leave. She wants me to dispose of the ghastly painting her husband brought home. Apparently he has taken to staring at it every night, pressing his ear against it. I do occasionally paint things, artist that I am, but I have no inclination to behold such a painting. Even so, his wife is so desperate that I cannot refuse. I reluctantly trudge to his room. I'm immediately struck by the bizarre state of the place. The windows are nailed shut with numerous layers of curtains drawn over them. As a result, the room is dark as pitch. A ghoulish painting hangs upon the wall. I see no girl in it. Perhaps he had truly lost his mind. This painting. I cannot let anyone else have her. So, sculptor friend gets the painting, says no one else can have her, and then we move on to the owner. A sculptor I know has sent me a painting, begging that I display it in my gallery. I'd heard that he painted from time to time, but I didn't think him the kind of man to paint something like this. I tried asking him about it, but I get no reply. I inspect it again. I've never seen such a grotesque painting in my life. It's far too much of a confused mess to qualify even as abstract or modern art, and the artistry is lacking, to put it kindly. If it were the work of some famous artist, it might still sell, but the note attached to it is even more peculiar. She despises light, so please place her in a dark room. As the owner of an art gallery, I know full well that paintings mustn't be placed in direct sunlight. That much isn't surprising. It's the talk of this she that confuses me. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Where have I seen a painting of this girl before? I swear I've seen a portrait just like this in some other gallery. Or is it all in my head? No, this flower. This painting has to be... So then the owner gets it, and then we move to the researcher. I've heard an outlandish rumor regarding a certain art gallery. Allegedly, the painting hung in this dim, innermost room will look at you. And not just look, but stare, as if scrutinizing you. The rumor intrigued me so much that I decided to visit the gallery myself. But the painting in question turned out to be nothing more than a foreboding canvas blotted with a swirl of inky paint. It has no eyes whatsoever. Nevertheless, it appears to be titled The Girl of the Blue Flower, and the plaque reads, Artist Unknown, Incomplete. It's odd to me that it would be labeled incomplete when it's unclear who the painter even is. Moreover, for a bit of a occult twist, the gallery owner appears to have gone missing. Now that he's gone, I decided to buy the painting from the proxy and research its history. I soon discovered that its previous owner, and even the owner before that, also vanished without a trace. I've collected numerous works of dubious past in my time. This may just be the real deal, as they say. In the process of my investigations, I come across a certain painter. He must have been the one to create her. I'm now convinced that this painting belongs to the Girl of the Blue Flower series, as the title suggests. What a fascinating discovery. When did I begin perceiving this colored painting as her? I'm certain that I was in my study just moments ago, when suddenly I was enveloped by suffocating darkness, and woke to find myself in an unfamiliar room. The painting that was once of massive inky hues now shows a girl. She's staring at me gleefully with the smile of an angel, a single eye glowing scarlet. I realize now how foolish I was. This painting is undeniably the genuine article. So the researcher gets it, then it goes to the collector, and the buyer is our friend, so we'll get to that in a sec. It isn't that unheard of for multiple paintings to use the same model. Even famous masterpieces are often the second or third in a series. But my favorite series is the one of that nameless young girl. Apparently they all use the same model, but the sheer number of paintings in the series is astonishing. It goes way beyond just 2 or 3 paintings. What's interesting to me is that all the famous artists of that time would suddenly decide to paint the same girl, which is to say that most people agree that the paintings were all created in the same time period. They're secretly popular among collectors, and we've taken to calling them the girl with the blue flower. I'm pretty taken by them too, and I've begun collecting them every time I come across one in a gallery. Each one is uniquely disturbing and twisted, holding hardly any artistic value in comparison with its artist's other works. But I don't care. Just recently I came across a new one in a place I would never have thought to look. Among the stack of paintings that ridiculous art dealer brought as usual, I found one that was just a chaotic maelstrom of paint. The first time I saw it, I thought for sure he'd add it as a joke, but then I take a closer look at it. I realized that it's a portrait of a beautiful girl. Not just any portrait. The girl's pose and expression is different. There's no doubt in my mind that this is part of the Girl with the Blue Flower series. It may not have a telltale blue flower because of its monochrome style, but I still recognize it. The art dealer says that all this sees is a mishmash of paint, but he must just have bad eyes, which is fine by me because it means I can get it at a bargain price. There's no artist's signature and is devoid of all color, but somehow manages to feel so much more alive than any of the other portraits. She's gorgeous, but I'm disappointed that the flower isn't blue. Anyway, that's another painting from my collection. The best in the series has found its way to me. She's going to be the highlight of my life, I know it, then you died. And then we go to the buyer. One of my regular customers called me out of the blue one day. It was a weirdo that only collects creepy antiques like dolls with hair that mysteriously grows, or chairs that'll kill you if you sit in them. I mean, I guess I sell some strange stuff sometimes, but still. Anyway, they were all excited about having finally found the real deal. So we went over to take a look, but I couldn't find him anywhere. All that was left was this painting, and I learned on the desk it said, "I give her to you." What's this her business? All I see is a murky painting. It's kinda spooky, honestly. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I brought it to another collector I knew anyway. Man, did her eyes light up when she saw it. Brought up in the flash, saying something about what a beautiful girl it was or whatever. What do you think happened after that? She up and went missing too. And to top it all off, she suddenly decided to send the painting back to me before she vanished. It's just like how cursed dolls always find their way back to their owners, lol. Guess I'll just have to sell it again then. But I can make a pretty good business out of this. I've got an artist friend who can't manage to sell any of their paintings. We've been scraping out a living by producing counterfeits together, but they've been starting to feel pretty guilty about that. So now it's my turn to earn some real money with this painting. Except that it's so old that the canvas is cracking in places. I'll bring it to them first and see if they can't restore it. Hey now, don't need to glare at me like that. I'm telling you, they've got serious skills. They'll be able to patch you up no problem, little lady. Okay, so that's the backstory of all the different victims. Although technically the last one survived, because we survived. So, that's it for Death Palette. I like this game a lot. It's not necessarily the greatest of actual game, structurally, actually. It's, if you want to grade it on a game scale, yeah, it's mediocre. And the story doesn't quite start filling in till we start going for the loop. Once we go for the loop of the first 4 days, which aren't really a true loop, they're fairly different from the first 4 days, then we kind of start getting the story and a little bit more of the feel. Before that, it's a little bit of like, oh, he paid me or I'm gonna murder you, kind of like that. But taken as a whole, as a kind of unique game premise, somewhat unique-ish gameplay, it is a mobile game, and it's for the phones, and it's kind of designed under that spectrum. But like I said, as a whole, it's a good game. There is a little bit of a funny pacing thing that happens where you can either ignore all the deaths and go for the story and try to do it basically completed flawlessly, which I think is very easy, except for a few deaths. Most of the puzzles are very straightforward. But the game has so many deaths, and it has a little thing where you can kind of collect them and check them off. That's also a bit of a death collector game. I mentioned this when this first started. So there's a conflicting side to that. On one hand, it kind of makes things off pace, but at the same time, the deaths are kind of creative, even if they're not necessarily extremely gory CG-wise. It's also a shame not to collect them as you go. So that's the only little funny feel about the game I think that I have. But overall, I think it's kind of like a pretty good immersive kind of experience. Not particularly scary, but kind of sad once you actually get to the actual ending. Because if we sum up the story, we have a girl who's adopted. She has to replace this dying old man's sister he remembers from his past. But as we find out, his memory is a little bit twisted. He specifically doesn't just want his sister. He specifically vividly remembers how she died. And he's like, that was beautiful. And which, you know, it's whatever. It's kind of weird. So his obsession is so great that when she actually does die, he tells the artist, keep painting her. She was still partially alive, and the artist is somewhat traumatized by that. That's why you always see the one red eye open on the painting. And the artist, in some form of protest, just splotched paint all over his finished painting. Just splotching paint on it. That's why it shows up as a big mess to everybody. And assumingly the artist wasted away in a basement, locked up. But for all this game's kind of schlocky, kind of like almost comedic deaths, when I saw the credit scene and I saw that kind of twist at the end, I felt legitimately pretty sad. I felt pretty... My heartstrings kind of like twinged a little bit. Because I think it's a very sad outcome. It's just... She is a good person because she does do the things for the man. As, you know, the artist kind of saw that she was beautiful in a sense. But she did not get to live her life, and she quite literally died kind of putting on a play for this old man. So the artist meets a tragedy. The old man is in some form a tragic character, and then the girl from the painting is a tragic character. And I think the curse in itself isn't just like, I'm spiteful, etc., etc. It seems like the artist is kind of one of the main drives of the curse of the painting. It's kind of like wanting to make amends, so like other people have to finish the painting to kind of like continue on their legacy. So in some ways, I feel like the protag is almost a reincarnation of the artist. I'm not sure if literally, but they could very well be a reincarnation of them, because they described it as being very similar. And they are the one that complete the painting. But the painting itself, this is like one of those George Lucas-like poetry things, is also a reincarnation of the girl. So technically it's a three-tier reincarnation, because it's the sister, the girl who emulates the sister, and then the painting that emulates those two respectively. And both her and the new artist find out and remember the kind of desire to see the ocean, to leave that place with the seashell and everything. And then we get a somewhat weird positive ending where the painting does come back, but not in I'm gonna murder you sense, but like, artist has painting friend. Artist lives with a talking painting that can murder people, but doesn't right now because they're chilled out. And then as we see from the title screen, they took them to see the ocean. They took out, I'm not sure if they just literally carried the painting out there and said, here's the ocean. And then the painting says, oh, thank you. Or if they painted it, because you know it's a blank slate, if they painted her again so she could see the ocean. It's one of the two. But the meaning still stands. It's somewhat of a weird, happy ending. But yeah, that sums up for my thoughts for Death Palette. So thank you all for watching me play Death Palette. I'll see you guys later, and take it easy.